Top of the top. It's your main man, Custom Chuck, back with my guy.
Morning with a blessed with a D-Sons in the building.
We are the League of Extraordinary Chicagoans. Another episode, man.
Yeah, here we
tough week.
Man, it was a wild week.
A tough week. We had one of the biggest losses, man. I mean, you can't even put into words the influence that this guy had on hip-hop culture, rap, whatever you want to call it. We lost DMX a couple days ago,
man. Let's get into that, man. I'm not gonna sit up here in front though. Like he wasn't my favorite artist,
absolutely
but,
not.
You know, he was in the rotation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like he was in the rotation, man. My favorite DMX song forever is gonna be "Stop Being Greedy." That's my shit. Like, know what I mean, that's my cut. You know what I mean? But man, like you talk about a guy who ushered in a honestly an entire revolution at one point with Rough Riders and all that.
Yeah, that Rough Riders was different.
You know what I mean? Like
it still is. People, I mean,
yeah. A lot of times when we talk about like culture shifts and like hip hop, right? I think a lot of times people just talk about like Dipset for like the most part. Remember like how when Dipset had the whole little I think we miss the Rough Riders a little bit. I think we start with the Jay-Z, Rockefeller, and go from there. But the Rough Riders was very, 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 very prevalent in it. They were more in the Master P. Mm-hmm. They were more in that area where it was more like era, where it was Master P, Rough Riders, them. They was more like that type of era before it got to that. But and a lot of people don't understand, man. At one point, DMX was like a really big fucking deal. No, like a super big deal.
Scratch his music. DMX as an actor was decent.
You know what I mean? He did.
I really liked.
He did multiple things. You know what I mean? Like he did multiple things. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was that was tough, man. Like it definitely was tough, man. Like and you just gotta let it keep giving flowers to him. Give flowers to his art. Give flowers to his impact, man, and just keep pushing forward.
You see the impact he had on so many people. I'm seeing a lot circulate where a festival that he did maybe like in 1999.
Really?
And mind you, DMX always was by himself.
Oh, was it
like when he had the huge huge Woodstock festival where he had like it seemed like 500,000 people, bro. Mm-hmm. Just out there, everybody going crazy for songs. Like, man, I'm gonna. Yeah, it hurts a little. It hurts that we don't have him on the back end of his life, like having done all those great things and having gone through so much, having been through so many trials and tribulations. Yeah. The man that we were seeing now, that we were getting now, like that I was seeing on a podcast and his interviews now, was needed just as much as that man that we had before in his music time. Yeah. To tell us about someone who had been through those things, gone through them, and now being an example of what we want to see. Mm-hmm. It's tough to lose that, man.
Yeah,
But like celebrate them as best you can. Like we try to do here. Give them flowers. Give people flowers.
While they're here.
Like
while they're here, man.
It brings it home even more. What we trying to do, give flowers to people that we love, care about, and see doing it while they're doing it, so they know, hey, keep going. We appreciate you, and it's all love, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all know how we give it up on the League of Extraordinary Chicagoans, man. I think our new tagline really needs to be "Where it's all love." You know what I mean? Because it's always love here, man. Don't matter what you doing, what you got going on. You know what I mean? It is always love here, and that's a fact.
Yeah, because it's so many other outlets, there's so many other things that are not spewing love out, that are not spewing positivity, that are not trying to show, the better side of the life that we live. So we just trying to do that. If you want to see some bullshit, you can get it a lot of other places. But right here, you're going to get a lot of flowers, a lot of love, and a little kick in the ass too. So, that's how we coming with it.
Yeah, definitely.
But staying on DMX, like, man, give me like a DMX memory. Give me a DMX story or something crazy or wild that you have a memory of DMX.
Backstage.
I remember the Jay-Z, DMX, freestyle is forever legendary.
Definitely backstage, man, for sure, man. Definitely backstage,
man. Forever legendary. Like, what is damn? I'm trying
to used to be a time I used to watch backstage damn near every other day.
Man, he was different, man.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Sharice. I see you, man. Good morning to you too.
And his love of dogs too. Mm-hmm. His love of dogs, like I used to always think dogs were like, especially pit bulls and stuff like that, were like aggressive. Yeah. He was the first person that I saw love. He was the first, honestly, black person, a person of color, that I saw love dogs like that in a very caring way. Mm-hmm. Like I saw the culture about loving dogs or pets with me was they were like either fought. That's just what it was. They were fought or just like outside. They weren't part of the family that you see in other type of cultures. But he was one of those people who trusted and cared about dogs more than he did people.
He called himself the dog shit.
He had one, man, just the story,
like his whole persona. You know what I mean? Like his whole persona, his whole, his personality and everything.
The barking.
The barking and all of that stuff, man. That was all Dark Man X.
Who was that?
That was all Dark Man X.
The Cat Williams with the classic.
Shout out to y'all. I see y'all in the chat, man.
The Cat Williams classic line where you gonna be banging on bacon, nigga? You mad at bacon, nigga? I just seen DMX last week. You banging on bacon, nigga? You got bacon? What's wrong with you? But like, man, and then to see him acting and doing all the stuff he did with Aaliyah, rest in peace Aaliyah as well. Man, he was just so multi-talented and so just profound, praying. After shows, right? He used to do that as well, right? Had a big presence amongst people who had all big presence, you know. So it was great to see the influence that he had on everybody. And actually, when I seen once he actually passed, I didn't see very much about his passing. I saw more about the celebration of his life. Like, hey man, let's look at his music. Let's talk about this. It wasn't so much that he did or whatever, and I thought that was pretty cool. I feel like that's a good shift in culture where we don't talk about the death so much, dwelling on it. We know he passed or whatever the situation may be or how. That doesn't matter. He's gone, so let's celebrate him even more than when he was here.
I think that's also, like you just said, that's the culture shift and like the mentality of our people as well, though. We understand. I think more and more it's prevalent to us, especially the African American community, when you see tragedy like so much. It's important to. And it's not out of sight, out of mind, but it's always important to continue to move forward. You know what I mean? And when I mean by move forward, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all. No. But you celebrate what was done, what this person has done, what they accomplished, what they meant, what they stood for.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? You celebrate that the best way you can, and you live vicariously through them still. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the things that we are doing better, as a people. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to just get beat down by that burden and just get beat down by death and things of that nature because it's so final, right? Because it's so final. In reality, that person, they want you to carry that baton, to carry that mantle.
But that was a big thing with Nip for me personally. Like, how do you, losing someone who was profound like that, how do you continue that legacy? And this really is to not talk about it, don't post it, don't say all that. Live how he taught us to, like, or wanted us
even
to
in
live.
Tragedy.
By those principles, in those tragic moments, you draw closer to the principles of the person that you have lost or the memories that you have lost. So for me, I got deeper and heavier into the principles and the way he would have wanted somebody to live that he lived the way he lived. You know what I mean?
You know what that's called? That's called impact.
And so that's what I think is so important. That's why you want to make that type of impact where we are living examples of what we doing that, you know what I'm saying, people want to emulate what we do, how we live and what we do, and that continues to keep the positivity growing.
Yeah, for sure. And it's gotta be a never ending cycle with that. You understand what I'm saying? There has to be a never-ending cycle with that. Like the dream, is like Nip said, the marathon continues. You know what I mean? The dream can't stop because, the person who put that out in the air isn't no longer here anymore. You know what I'm saying? It has to keep pushing. And I feel like that's for every single facet of life. You know what I mean? Like, God forbid something was to happen to somebody who created something amazing that, brought people together, that brought people closer, and they passed. I wouldn't want people to just sit back and just be like, man, that's messed up. But now what? No, pick it up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Pick it up.
That's what
they started it. They started it. Let's come together now. Let's finish it. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep pushing their narrative, the dream that they wanted to put out there, the ambition that they had for our people. You know what I mean? Let's just keep pushing it. So yeah, man, you gotta keep living in the spirit of, of those that we've lost, for sure.
That's important. That's what you try to do. Like, leave, because at the end of the day, we all going. At some point in time, you know what I mean? It's over with. It's a ticking clock on everything we doing. So the only thing we have is that you can leave as a legacy, as our memories. Our way to operate by which you lived your life. And if people want to emulate that, like you said, the greatest, influence. Mockery of how you did things the right way, or if you did the things that people want to do the things the way you did them. You know what I mean? And that's important. And that's the only thing that we can have. After that, it's just all, it is what it is, man. That's like Tupac said. He might not, what he say, be the change, but they might spark the idea or mind that is the change.
Spark the brain that can change the world.
That's the same thing. We have to do our work and set up people after us, our children or the next group or whoever after us, to keep doing good work.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's bigger than you as an individual.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's not gonna stop.
You know
and
it's not like
we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna fix things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we're not going. No matter how much work we do in our lifetime, we're not gonna fix this shit. No matter what. Right. No matter how great or amazing we do, we're not gonna fix everything. So the work has to continue to bringing people closer together, doing good for our people of color, all people of color, and trying to make where we live in this little hub we call America a little bit better.
Yeah, and y'all know how we give it up, what we be saying. Y'all know what I'm going to say. I say it on my socials all the time. So if you're watching this, you tuned in, guess what you need to do? Get to work.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's really that simple. Like, get to work, man.
It
don't matter what that is. You
Life changes.
Don't matter what that is. Get to work, man. Like, get to fucking work, man.
Because whatever you do, everything you going to do is work.
Yep.
Right? Just choose something you want to do. You know, really, really understand that it's going to be trials and tribulations. It's going to be tough, but that's life. You know what I mean? And know that you're not going to be perfect. You're going to go through some things. You got to make some decisions that you're going to have to live with. But that's what this is. Yeah. You know, DMX was the type of person, I think he stood on loyalty. He stood on being a man of his word, and he stood on going about something very passionately. You know what I mean? It wasn't no half-stepping when he didn't kind of do shit. I feel like, I think he went full on, head full of steam into whatever he was doing. I feel like that's something I want to live by too. You know what I mean? That passion that he had, that raw, unadulterated passion and conviction to what he was doing. Yeah, but he was dedicated to what he was doing.
Yeah, you got to believe in something.
Yeah, he believed 100%.
You know what I mean? You got to believe in
everything that he was doing.
Like whatever it is.
So I think that's something big that we definitely want to pass along is find your passion and don't be afraid to step outside from everyone else and lead. You may have to lead the pack. You know, a lot of us want to be in a pack of friends or a group. You may have to lead. You may have to step outside everybody else and lead and allow them to choose to follow you who are right. And some people won't. Some people won't choose to follow you at all. Some people will ridicule you. And a lot of the time, you probably running and moving by yourself.
Yeah, a lot of times you thrust into that leadership position almost by default.
You got to accept it. Yeah, you got to accept the position when you're given it. If you're given a leadership role and position, accept that. Don't take it for granted. You know what I mean? Because you are leading some people. Some people need to be led. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some people around you need to be led in the right way. You're ahead of some people already. Don't take that leadership role for granted.
And to keep it funky, life don't care if you're ready or not.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? Like
karma is not on your time.
You know
life
what I mean?
is not on your time.
You either gonna get to it.
I really learned that.
Like you either gonna get to it or not, man.
Or
you know
not.
What I'm saying?
Or not. Or don't. Or don't.
Or
and
don't.
You'll see the results of that too.
Like or
but
don't.
I promise you, bossing up and becoming a leader and challenging yourself to be better will never yield results that you're not okay with. But I promise you, you'll have some regrets if you don't.
Because karma don't work that way.
It don't work like that way. It's not on your time.
Don't work that way.
You know what I mean? It moves how it moves. You better be able to adapt. Because once it's time for the good to come, you don't want it to stop. And once it's time for the bad to come, you got to take that too. You know what I mean? It's all wrapped into it all together. Yeah, so man. I mean, good and the bad and the ugly, keep going.
Yep.
Keep going. Don't stop, man. DMX was thinking about his movies now. He was pretty dope, man. He had the one with Aaliyah. He had the one with
was that one? Was that Romeo Must Die?
Cradle to the Grave? Yeah, Cradle to the Grave and Romeo Must Die.
He had a movie with
Jet Li and Steven Seagal, I think.
This is Steven Seagal.
Yeah, he got one with Steven Seagal too. I'm telling you, it was decent.
Yeah, I'm sitting up there thinking like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I ain't gonna hold you.
That's three big movies right there.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal
at the time, Steven Seagal was probably still that guy at the time.
Steven Seagal still got hand. Like his hand work was crazy.
Oh yeah, like
Steven Seagal martial arts hand work was absurd, bro. He really put them hands and feet to you.
My mom used to really watch Steven Seagal movies. I remember when I was a shorty, watch Steven Seagal movies. Like, what is this?
I was rocking with Steven Seagal. The one we had the Jamaican dude.
Yeah.
Two-Face? Yeah. Oh my God. I watched that to this day.
When he pulled up in the pool hall?
I watched this to this day.
He pulled up in the pool hall.
I watched this to this day.
Man, a lot of y'all don't know, man. It was a simpler time.
It was a very simple time, man.
Like, it was a simpler time,
Blockbuster
man.
days. We got to go to Blockbuster.
I don't understand. Go to Blockbuster, man.
They didn't know, man.
They used to have movies at the co-op and shit.
You got to go get the movie and come back to the house and put it in. Give him.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know about that, man. Simpler time, man.
Shout out Steven Seagal. Shout out DMX being a versatile artist, man, and having a huge impact. Once again, rest in heaven, man. We're going to keep your memory going. as best we can.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, man, we finna cut to a quick commercial break from one of our sponsors, man. They got some dope again, man.
Some
they got
new crooked flail?
dope, man. Some new crooked flail, man. Y'all know how they give it up.
I need a couple new pieces, man.
You know what I'm saying? When we
That's kind of crazy.
When we get back, man, we gotta talk this injustice shit that's going on. Y'all know
tough week, man.
What kind of platform will we be if we don't get into that? We'll be right
tough
back,
week, but we gonna talk about it, man. This is Custom Chuck, it's D-Son, it's LEC Pod, man. Let's get to it.
Yeah, we be back.
Back again, man. Crook and Flail got that.
Every time they got a fire ass beat, man.
They be having some cooking back there. They definitely do be having some cooking back there, man. I know you anxious to get into it. I don't want to even hold you back, man. But for me, you know how I'm feeling about it. It's like, man, it's tough. We had a tough week. Another young black man shot by a police officer, killed by a police officer. He's killed, right? I honestly haven't paid too much close attention to it. I've kind of separated myself from a lot of that stuff. But in Minnesota, a young black male, 20-some-odd years old, I think, was shot and killed by a police officer after a traffic stop. They were attempting to, I think, arrest him because maybe he had a warrant. They got into some tussling situation. Female officer of 25 years of the Minnesota Police Department. I don't know which city or state, I'm fucking that up. But anyway, she's been on the force for 25 years, female officer. Said that she thought she pulled her taser, pulled her gun, shot, I think it was one single shot, and the young man ended up being dead.
And I want a preference before
and
I get in my bag.
All the details, just giving all the details. And she said that was a mistake. Body cam footage has been released. You can hear her say, "Oh my God, I shot him. And he ends up dead soon after that.
I want a preference before I get in my bag, right? Because
there are riots in Minnesota as of now. They have been looting. No charges have been filed. I don't think she's been arrested or anything like that. And this is at the time of the other trial being held. What is his name?
There was fact check Malcolm at so like you just be thinking, man. But yeah,
killer of George Floyd is on trial
simultaneously.
For the murder
all this
of
happening
George
simultaneously. Yeah.
So that's all happening at the same time. And I know D-Son really wanted to get in the bag about it and talk about it, man. So go ahead, man. But I'm hurt, man.
I mean, for me, I want to, because I don't want to say, you know what I mean. Human error, right? Let's just say human error, right? Mm-hmm. But it's hard to, it's really hard to blame something on human error when it's death involved.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? And I'm not saying all because you are a 25-year vet, 30-year vet, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? That you're immune to mistakes. Mm-hmm.
No one is perfect. Everyone is human.
You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna be honest. Everybody else is thinking it. How can you fuck up that bad?
Let me interject for 1 second. I'm gonna let you keep going. If you do a job for 25 years, you would maybe be considered a professional, right or wrong? Asking.
Talk, man.
Continue.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just asking. So any job I do for 25 years, I'm probably a pro at that job.
I mean, it should be muscle memory at this point that I know where my taser is and where my piece at.
So if we're going to send death threats to young black males in NCAA basketball games for missing free throws.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Okay.
Then if this woman, after 25 years on a job, can kill someone because she made a mistake at grabbing the wrong instrument. Continue, D-Son. I'm out. Let me fall back.
I'm just saying, like muscle memory, though, right? Right?
Continue.
You know what I mean? It's routine at this point, right?
You should be able to do that.
It's routine at this point, right?
I think you should be able to do that pretty easily.
I think I know where my taser at, bro. I think I know where my taser is. Man, listen, man. Why everything that happened to us got to be a fucking mistake?
D-Son, I was at my crib yesterday, right? It was a little dark in my room. You know what I'm saying? Ari had just came by my crib. Yeah. I had engaged in a little bit of cannabis consumption. So maybe my motor skills,
maybe your emotions
weren't. My motor skills weren't as at the peak of my abilities. But in the dark, I reached for something, thinking it was my phone, but
what was it?
It was my remote. I felt by the weight of it and shape of it that it wasn't my phone.
That it wasn't your phone.
Put it back down. Reached about 6 inches to the left, and oh, there's my phone.
Look at your phone. I know.
If I'm a police officer, my gun probably remotely resembles a taser, but I don't think it weighs the same. It definitely ain't the same color. So I think that a 25-year veteran might know the difference in that.
Everything's a fucking mistake when it comes to us. I don't understand. Like, everything's a mistake. My bad. Oops. I'm sorry. Like, come on now, bro. Like, listen, it's to the point now where it's like bullshit ain't nothing, bro. Like bullshit ain't nothing, bro. If you don't know the difference between your motherfucking gun and a taser, I don't give a fuck about the fear and flight response. You know, you train for that.
You train for a high pressure situation.
You're trained
to be able to make
more than
the decision
person.
To grab. That's why you have a taser, correct?
Yeah.
So in a situation, administer a non-lethal, detainment to whatever the situation is.
Your job is to be a deterrent to crime. You understand what I'm saying? It's to be a deterrent to crime. You understand what I'm saying? And if you're in a situation like that and you know that you can handle this situation in, let's say, a less forceful manner.
Mm-hmm. Less lethal?
A less
non-lethal manner?
You know what I mean? Okay. Because if I'm not mistaken, when you trained up, when you're going through all this shit, I mean, when you're going through the academy and all this shit, I'm pretty sure they teach you, defense mechanisms. I'm pretty sure they teach you, this is how you handle situations in the least lethal way. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So again, but I want to go back to the mistake. Why is it that everything that happens to us is a fucking mistake? Everything. Every time a black person getting gunned down, if it's not a mistake, it's an excuse.
Carelessness.
You understand what I'm saying? Like
intent.
You know what I mean? Like, now, I don't, and if anybody's in the chat, y'all correct me if I'm motherfucking wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, yesterday a high school got shot up. Mm-hmm. Right? In Texas, I believe. Mm-hmm. In Texas, I believe. Now, I didn't really click on the article and follow up, you know what I mean, and shit like that. But I'm curious to know. What happened to this renegade
shooter.
The shooter who decided to shoot up a school. Who's counting at this point? Might be like the 10th or 12th or 20th school shooting over the last 20 odd years or some shit like that.
Man, we've had a couple this year already, I feel like.
You know what I mean?
Mass shooting, a lot of mass shootings.
I'm curious to know what happened to that shooter. I wonder if he, if he was able to walk up out of there in cuffs. Mm. Or if he took himself out or whatever the case might be, him or her, because, like I said, I didn't follow up behind. But I'm just curious to know. Because I want to know what happens. No, matter of fact, I don't want to know. I know what's going to happen.
I'm about to say, you know what happened.
I know how you giving it up if the shoe was on the other foot. I know exactly how you giving it up.
Police aren't even supposed to kill guilty people. You know that, right?
No, I mean, it's murder. But
it's
police, murder.
Even if they're guilty, you're not supposed to kill guilty people either.
My G, it's murder. you know what
I don't think we understand that. I'll say, you're not supposed to kill guilty people either.
Man, like,
So, he had a warrant for selling drugs.
So what?
He had a warrant for a plate miss.
Right. Okay.
You still aren't supposed to kill guilty people.
Cuff me up and take me to the people I need to see, bro.
That's why we have jail. That's why we have the justice system. That's why we have laws. That's why we have rules and regulations. If we're not going to follow those rules and regulations, then everybody get a gun and figure it out. And if that's what y'all want to do, then good luck.
How about we just take guns off the street completely and just reserve that shit for like the army and shit? How about that, man? Because apparently we can't handle guns. That also includes
no one.
That includes everybody. Police apparently can't handle fucking guns neither.
Can't handle guns.
You're trained.
The citizens can't handle guns. Clearly,
because you would think unless it is a dire situation where it's you or them. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to tell you don't go home. Mm-hmm. Not make it home to your family. Nobody's going to tell you that. Mm-hmm. Understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to go home to my family. You know what I'm saying? But you would think in a situation that's not like that. Mm-hmm. Why don't y'all learn some BJJ or some shit, bro? Learn some Krav Maga. You know what I mean? Like, why don't they teach y'all motherfuckers some rest holes or something, bro? Because apparently y'all niggas can't handle guns neither.
I'm laughing out of pain, man. Like, what?
Like,
what
bro,
can you
like,
say? I want to think. I want to believe that a 25-year veteran of the police force doesn't make that mistake. I like to believe that. I want to believe in that system. I swear
to God, I want to believe that too. That's why I said I want to preface to say human error. But goddamn, bro.
So as a young black man,
but goddamn, man.
How am I ever at all comfortable with any police now? Right? Because now any stop, any interaction with I don't trust your training. I don't trust the people that trained you. Clearly, the system that built you and made you and certified you and allowed you to continue to work for 25 years failed you and me. So I don't want any interaction with you at all because I'm going home. However you want to slice that.
I mean,
however you want to slice it. So I'm blaming everybody.
It's always a mistake when it's us, bro. Like how many times we gonna get? You know what it's like? I'm not comparing. Obviously, this is apples or oranges. You know, I'm not comparing a death to a sports analogy. But you kind of know what it's like. It's like when a referee makes a bad call in a game that costs a team a game.
Yeah.
And then the next day they come out with a statement saying, "Oh yeah, we made the bad call."
The Saints classic Saints versus who did they play that year? The big pass interference call?
I can't remember who the fuck.
And it was, but it sounded like
but like, you know, so
nah.
You know what I mean?
He's dead.
Like, bro,
he's dead. He's dead, he's gone.
It's certain, like, bro, you can be a bad basketball player and probably keep a job, my G. You could be a bad athlete and probably keep a job. You could be horrible at your place of employment and probably still keep it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You cannot be a bad cop, bro.
And keep your job.
And like, can you imagine if Delta had bad pilots, my G? You know what I mean? Like, if Southwest had a bad pilot.
I had one bad takeoff.
Had a bad pilot and
one
said,
bad takeoff, one bad landing, lives are at risk.
Like, come on now, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, now what? Now does she get a leave of absence? She gets a pension. Oh, I've been on the job 25 years. Only made one mistake.
Yeah, a fatal mistake, right?
I'm already knowing the arguments that are going to come after this. Only made one mistake. It's 25 years of great service. Oh, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what they say about her years in service. I bet they say she's never had a single complaint.
It's just tight wild to me, man. Like, it's just really tight wild to me how, you know. And yes, and mistakes can happen.
Devil's advocate. Look, let me tell you something. You've been a cop for 25 years.
Yeah,
I know a lot of cops. I ain't never met a cop that was just a cop for 25 years either. So you probably was a shit cop. You probably was supposed to move. You ain't made detective, first class sergeant, nothing. You still on beat after 25 years. You probably weak as shit.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, like, you know, we got a
tough week, man. Like, tough week, but we gotta do better.
Like, we gotta do better, and we definitely about to segue into some positivity, especially somebody who's out here doing better in the city of Chicago. That's been doing it forever. You know what I mean? That's been doing it forever out here, you know what I'm saying? Building pillars in Chicago, you understand what I'm saying? Creating monumental opportunities, you know, for the Chicago dance scene, for a lot of people, not even just the dance scene, you know what I mean? Let's just say, let's not even put them in a box like that. Let's just say for Chicago in general. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say it's for Chicago in general. We get back, man, we're going to have legendary DJ Slugo on the set, man. We're going to give him his flowers, man. And y'all need to be giving him his flowers, too. You feel what I'm saying? We'll be right back. Quick word from our sponsors.
Yeah. Back again. Thank you all for staying tuned with the League of Extraordinary Chicagoans. A very special guest, a living Chicago legend. Years of good, positive work that made some influences and things happen that you couldn't even imagine, that's been behind the scenes, that's been a part of your greatest and favorite artists in the city. Probably your mom and daddy favorite artist too. A very, very legendary dude, man. We really want to give our flowers to D-Son. How you want to give it up for our man right here?
Man, look, man, I just got to give y'all the backstory on this connection, man, because it was organically.
Without a doubt.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, what was that? 2 weeks ago when we did the, we did. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
If you're from Chicago, it's just a natural sound. That's our calling card.
Talk about we was gonna bring back the first. We talk about we was gonna bring back the Juke jams, man.
That's a fact. Be on tune for that.
Somebody tagged Slugo, man, and he showed love, bro. Like he showed love, and we just built right then and there, man. Instant. It was like, yo, like, just come on, man. Like come to the show, man. Like he wasn't none extracurricular about it. Oh yeah, what's up? Just give me the date, man. I can make it happen.
Make it happen.
And he made it happen, man. And a very, very reachable, approachable guy, man.
Absolutely.
And
contrary to what most people might think.
Yeah, and we talked about that off camera, you know what I'm saying? But, with everything you get for you coming on, you know what I mean, and showing love. You understand what I'm saying? And then just supporting us as well and all the history that you've been behind in Chicago, not just musically, not just dance wise, but just helping mold Chicago culture. You deserve your flowers for that, my dude.
That's no doubt. Give us flowers.
We wanted to give you your flowers, man. Because that's what we do here at the League of
Never got no flowers.
See, this is crazy.
Everybody said that. I ain't got no flowers.
This is crazy.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I mean? Like this is crazy. Like this is crazy because you're not the only person who's come up here, especially as a guy, say, man, I've never received flowers before.
I've never got flowers.
So like I said, it's all love here.
It's all love. That's what we want to do at
it's all
the
love.
League Extraordinary Chicago. Is we giving love and really giving flowers to the people that we know and have seen do work in our city and around our city for a number of years, man. So Slugo, just you don't got to go all the way back to the beginning if you don't want to. But if people don't know you or know enough about you, give them your history, where you from, and some of the things that you've been a part of over the years through Chicago.
I'm from the low end of Chicago. If you knew about the projects before they tore them down, I grew up in the Robert Taylor homes, what we call Vulture City. If you look at, it's a couple of movies out. One of my guys, Mark, has put out a few movies about Vulture City, and everything in the movie, people be thinking like he put it together. This is all real life experiences in these movies. So, and that's where I really started from, DJing, and, in the hood, on the porches, in the playgrounds, and then being able to travel around the world doing it, and then being able to be one of the pioneers of a sound that would, for Chicago.
That sound being
Juke. Well, actually, it was. It's called Ghetto House. It's,
house,
right? Yes, it's house music, ghetto house, Juke, footwork.
Yeah.
So that people don't understand
the difference.
The
true pioneer of Juke music. A true pioneer of Juke music. A high involved element, especially of what the sound you hear today.
The sound is iconic.
Bounce. That's
iconic.
Chicago Juke.
Yeah, Chicago's definitely the Mecca. So,
So continue. No, go ahead. Continue.
Go ahead,
and that's really basically it. Like maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they finally had gave me my passport back, and it's been a blessing from there. I've been able to see parts of the world. Like, you gotta understand, I'm a kid from the projects.
Yeah,
bro. So
man.
It's like to be able to go to these other countries and
what's some of the countries you've been to? Name of some of the craziest countries or places you've been to.
The one I just came from right before the pandemic, and a lot of people were telling me not to go, was Russia. So I wasn't listening to nobody, man. I was like, if I'm gonna die, that'll be the place to die at. You know what I mean?
Show out of Russia. Let's go.
Take me out of Russia,
you guys are speaking about guns. I was in Belgium, where this exists. Like nobody,
you're not allowed to have it at all. No, I
was told getting off the plane, any weapons or anything like that you had, you may not never go home.
Yeah, you'll go to jail for you get life for having a gun.
Yeah, so life. I've been to Italy. I can't think of all the places. I got them. They all on my social media. So,
all right,
But I've been blessed, man. I've had a ball.
But talk about how big Chicago Juke is all around the world. Like I'm saying, you just came from Russia. This was last year, so it's not like this was Juke from 2000, 2001. So this right now.
So when it comes to that sound and that genre of music, it's like I love my city. Like born and raised here, everything I have, the person that I am is coming from this culture. But to go to these other countries and be treated the way that I'm treated, it's like, and then come home and be like, I feel kind of regular here. You know what I mean? So, but to go over to these other countries and they praying to you and, oh my God, like you're the greatest DJ ever. Like it's hard to come back and be humble. Like be humble. Yeah, that's why I keep a lot of people around me who
keep you centered
because you'll go to those countries, you'll see. You know, when you playing in front of 10,000, 20,000 people, it's like, and you the headliner, you saying, man, you know, you get back, you know, people like, hey man, I need you to this party. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Hey, the ticket different.
Yeah, price.
Yeah, you look at the people like, wait a minute, I just got back.
Price just went up
from Russia. Like,
you want me to do 200 for it?
And then they be like, man, I got 200 for the whole night, and you be like, man, that is so. Like, you know what I tell people all the time, like, how can you respect me and then disrespect me in the same sense? I gotta get that so people will say, man, you know, I rock with you, bro. You dope. You a legend. But
I got $200.
Man, I got $200.
That's all I got. That's my budget.
So you paying legends $200?
Yeah, you gonna give a legend $200. Like I'm like, no, you so disrespectful, man. Like,
I feel you. Yeah.
So you know, and I just never really get off into it. What I did was I built a DJ crew, and so that. If your budget is only $200,
I got somebody for you.
It's somebody in the crew that might take that. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure I had did a event in New York where they had the DJ awards there, and I was there with Kick Pre, all those guys, and Funk's Max the Flex asked why wasn't there a DJ crew, a go-to DJ crew in Chicago when it comes to breaking records, and he was like, well, that's what you should do when you get back, homie. Like, you know, I think it was me. V-Dub was there. I don't know if Ferris came, but me and V-Dub was there for sure. And we talked about it. We discussed it. And I told Dub, when I get back, I'm going to try it, man. I'm going to try to put some guys together. And I want all the underground guys. I don't want the guys with the names already, you know, because they set in their ways. Let me get some guys. Let me get the guys that be in the buildings and doing the picnics and doing the little, the little playground parties and things like the kids' parties who ain't really got no name.
Yeah.
Piece all them together and you'll come up with something great, man. So
that's what you got working right now?
All my Block Club DJs, man. Right? Yeah, that's Block Club. So shouts out to all my Block Club DJs, man.
Yeah, see, you got DJ Chosen in the building.
Oh, what's up, Chosen?
Yeah, I see that, man.
That's one of the smart DJs. He's very smart. That guy's a smart dude.
Yeah, so tell us what you got going on coming up. Let us know we can look forward to new from DJ Slugo, man. Let us know.
Well, I'm working on there was, Daft Punk just separated.
Yeah.
And Daft Punk, we played, me and a few of the pioneers for the sound played a real big part in those guys being who they are. So they got a record out called Teachers, where they mentioned everybody that influenced them, so they mentioned us in the record. So I got an album out. When they separated, it kind of bummed me out, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do an album and dedicate it and call it The Teacher. Okay. So that's the album I'm working on your
right Mr.
now.
Miyagi. Okay.
You got a teacher coming out. I know it's hard as an artist to say, I'm going to drop it such and such.
I always drop when I finally get a record on there and say, nope, I'm not waiting no more. So I work on records and keep working on records. Then when I hear something, I'm saying, no, they need to get this like right now. And I'm one of those people that finish the album in May and drop it in June. I don't be caring. I don't need all that. Yeah, it's gonna come July the 4th and all. Nah, man, I'm dropping it. And then I tell you, oh yeah, I just dropped the album. We can go.
We're mad humble.
Because there's so much music out here nowadays.
You gotta drop quick.
Just drop. You gotta drop it because people will forget you. Like
I'm gonna get Miss Slugo. I'm gonna get Miss Slugo beat one of these days.
You can get one of those immediately.
Oh yeah. Y'all don't fuck up now.
Got my feature, baby.
Anybody want to rap over one of them dance? Because people have no idea how big the dance music scene is overseas. I be telling people all the time, like, rap is cool. And I'm cool. I was here DJing when rap came to Chicago. And almost silenced house music.
Yeah.
When BDP and NWA, especially NWAs and the people of that nature, when they came to Chicago and that sound came here, it wasn't nobody dancing. People was under the building. The dancers then took off the penny loafers. They got Timbs on now. You know what I'm saying? Like they under the building.
You saw it change,
They done went from going to the warehouse to, we in the buildings. We serving now. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you was a house head. A lot of the house heads became thugs.
Man.
So
music has that type of influence. That's how strong it is.
The dance/Juke culture in Chicago is still a very big thing.
Oh yeah. And the great thing now, it's It's coming back.
I was about to say,
because of the TikTok and all that is making them get back. Because we really do that. Like, Chicago really do that. So now it's like the best is coming back again.
I love it because they get to see where it originated from.
Yeah, you got to go back to the beginning.
Something that when you get to digging into the history, you can't steal it. And the only thing I tell my guys is make sure that they can't take it from you. You know what I mean? So you get a grip on it, make sure you own it. So when somebody
talk that ownership, you know how we talk that ownership.
I own all my masters.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I learned
Say it again. Say it again.
Shouts out to Traxter, the legendary Traxter, one of my best friends. But business wise, he taught, and he's younger than me. But business wise, Traxter's a monster, and he taught me like, you don't sell those things for these are your kids' records. These ain't your records. The records that you're making belong to your kids and your family. For when you leave, you're leaving a legacy. So you need to own it. They need to not have to answer to somebody else to put your record out.
And you know what? I think that's something for the creator. I think you're speaking to all the creatives when you say that. You know what I mean?
Own it all now because everyone's creating something now.
Yeah, I just don't understand. This is what I didn't understand, and I still to this day don't understand. You buy all this equipment, and he can contest to this as a DJ, man. Like, we spend thousands of dollars on equipment. You know what I mean? Like, even the stuff that's in here, I'm saying, boy, these boys done spent some bread. You hear me?
You have to invest.
Now, you create.
And then give it away.
Like your show. Why would you sell that? Like, I don't understand it. Like, why would you let somebody who did nothing at all
come
come and just because he had a pocket full of money and say, yeah, we're going to give you, $1 million. Oh, if you finna give me, that's why I tell people all the time, if they finna give you $1 million, you know the value of this project.
Exactly. You can give me one, I know I can make 5.
If you finna give me $1 million, the value of it's probably
be way more than that. Yeah, way more than that.
But I tell people, if you're not finna give me nothing that's finna change my life and my family's life all at one time,
I'm good.
You gonna hold on to that. I'll die with the records and let my kids.
I love it.
Do what they gonna do. So own your masters. Don't let your masters own you.
That's that talk, man. Like we've been preaching that ever since we came together and started doing the network, and that's one of the big things why we wanted to highlight, Chicago creatives and Chicago creators, business owners, philanthropists, whatever it is that they're out here doing, that's positive. And, just teaching them, not really teaching them, but just, giving them that platform to where they understand, because we always say in Chicago, in the hood, like, we don't have no resources in the hood. You know what I mean? It's nothing in the hood. It's nothing for us. You know what I mean? Well, if we create those resources and everybody within our hood start creating these resources with their creative mindsets. You don't have no
unification. You got the resources.
Yeah,
the
resources don't have no unification.
The unification out here, like, I don't understand.
You'll be scared. Excuse me. You'll be scared to reach out to a Slugo.
Yeah, that don't.
Yeah. That's the problem. We are scared. You would be scared to reach out to a legend.
Like, we linked up from me just reposted. Like, you gotta understand. It's like, I looked at the show and like, hey, dope. That's dope.
Thank you.
I'm finna repost that.
Yeah.
And from a repost, it was like, hey, you think you can come on? Yeah, I mean, and then I don't get up in the morning. Like,
you told me.
I was like,
get up early. That's gonna be hard.
Like about 9:30.
He's
man,
hit me.
Man, I looked at
like it's gonna be a little early for me, Chief.
I looked up and said, did he say 9:30
a.m. or p.m.?
I was hoping he said p.m. But he said
I get it. I'm like, I get it, man. But man, just like, man, you let us know, like, man.
Appreciate you, man. No, we definitely appreciate
it, because we know that shit hard, man. Like me and Chuck and Jim too. Like we all up at 6:30.
Yeah, that's not me. I don't go to sleep till about 2-3.
I'm about to say, your world is different.
Yeah, but
if I'm in the studio, if I'd have went to the studio last night, you guys wouldn't have said that.
I appreciate you for not going.
I'd have came.
What you say we would have to?
Hey, I'd have sent you a text like, bro, you ain't gonna believe me. Look, my dog. My dog ate my keys, man.
My dog got my keys. I
had to cut my dog over to get my keys.
Got a Zoom call him in and do the picture, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, man. But we definitely appreciate you, man.
We appreciate you.
Like, for real, man.
A living legend, a pioneer of juke.
Appreciate it.
A Chicago sound that will never die, that's being resurged right now with this whole TikTok dance craze that we love so much.
You got the dance groups coming back and all sorts.
Man, be on tune. Be in tune on lookout for the Teacher album coming soon.
Yep.
Sluggo.
So where's that when you do drop it? So like where do you release?
So I have 2 different distributors, and sometimes I have to make up my mind on which distributor I'm gonna give it to drop it for me. But if I could really actually find a Black-owned distribution company, I will take down my entire catalog and give it to them.
Get into it right now.
If y'all know a black-owned, distribution company out here, man, listen.
If you want to start a distribution, listen.
That's gonna pay.
Right. Yeah, I'm about to say, listen, because you know
$200 ain't gonna do it.
Make sure that ticket is right now.
I mean, even if you can match what I'm getting already,
make sure that ticket is right.
I just want to
black-owned though.
Find a black-owned distribution company. That's what we need right now, and you're gonna have the legendary DJ Slugo's whole catalog instantly.
That's crazy.
If you can match what he's getting right now, that's an opportunity you don't want to pass up on.
That's crazy.
I got over 600 song catalog.
Man, stop it. Listen, somebody come get some money.
Yeah.
Somebody come get paid.
They can play if they
Appreciate you so much, man. Get this man his flowers right.
Crazy. I might go to the crib after this and start working on that.
You saw how I look at you like you ain't. This is what we can do that right now.
You'll be surprised how many people gonna come that way once you do it. You build it, they'll come.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, hey, listen.
See it all the time.
The League Extraordinary Chicago's distribution company coming very soon. Black owned and operated.
That'll be so dope.
Man, thank you so much, Slugo. We appreciate you, man.
Anytime.
Yeah,
tell them where they can get you on your social media before you get out of here.
It's at DJ Slugo Music. Everything is at DJ Slugo Music. And right now I got a flash drive that I just put on. A lot of people got the new cars. And one of my it only takes flash drives. So I just put a flash drive on the street with all my mixes from back in the day.
And you sell the flashes?
Yeah, the flashes. They $50 for
all them. That's heat.
They've been buying them too.
I knew
God is
at
good.
DJ Slugo Music right now. Go get that, man.
DJ Slugo Music. Follow me.
Thank you so much.
Wait, hold on.
DJSlugomusic.com too.
And also, before you get up out of here, we always do this thing with our guests too, man. We allow them to shout out, like give flowers to those people that they know that's out.
Oh yeah, man. Who you want to get some flowers to?
Man. So yeah, go ahead and take this time, man, and get your flowers to whoever you need, man.
Anybody on the streets right now that's helping, shouts out to my bro Twan, because he just built a school on 111 in Wentworth, free for the kids. It's free for kids.
Wow.
They're teaching financial literacy, which they don't teach in a lot of places.
Facts.
Dance, DJing classes, things that 111 in Wentworth. He came in and said, it used to be a cleaners. They blew it out. They took the cleaners, blew it out. Now it's a school for the arts.
Wow.
And if you go past, they put all of the people that's involved in the dance world, that's from the people who had the impact, they're on the wall. It's a big mirror on the wall now. So it's dope. It's so dope. So shouts out to my brother Twan and anybody that's out here helping these youth and stopping these youth from being out here with these guns and these shooting. My shouts out to those people. I don't know them all by name, but bro, if I tell all my guys, grab one. You can't save them all. Just grab one. You grab your 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, while you can teach them and get these brothers out these streets, because we know who they are. I mean, I come up from that environment.
Absolutely.
Like, my uncles knew what I was doing. My uncles knew what I was doing. My aunties knew what I was doing. You knew you know them, your nephews, your cousins, your son, you out here doing dirt. You know who they are. And it's up to you. Go get your nephew, go get your son, pull him in the house. Like, hey, I know you're out here bogus.
Yeah.
I know you're out here bogus. I'm finna turn you over to these people so they can help you get your life together.
The more things that's out here for these kids to do, the less time they in the streets, man.
Bring the arts back.
Let's do it, man.
That's what's missing. Everything that we had, the gymnasiums and sports and things like that kept us from being in trouble. Bring that back. Anybody that can bring that back, man, get in the aldermen's faces, all that. We need to have each one of those back in the neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
And if they won't give it to us, then do like my bro did.
Do it ourselves.
He bought the building.
Do it ourselves.
Blew it out. So,
we can do it.
It's a lot of guys out here with matter of fact, right now, it's a lot of paper out here.
It's a lot of bread out here.
It's a lot of money out here right now.
Invest, do it the right way.
Invest in your hood.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
So
that's what I suggest. That's a major gem right there, man. I love to hear that, because and I think we're getting better with it, but we have to invest in the hood.
Absolutely.
Like 100%. We are getting better at it because you got guys not just like yourself, but I also believe that you have
Herb bought the school too, I think.
Yeah. You got the younger generation as well.
Shouts out to Mickey Hostel.
Yeah, shout out to Mickey.
You have the younger generation now who wants to be a part of that change.
Yeah.
And we can do damn near like another whole segment.
You just got to grab a hold to them.
Yeah.
Because sitting down and talking to a lot of these youngsters, their problem is they feel like we abandoned them. So help them. You just help the ones you can. Those you can, then let God deal with it.
For sure.
Appreciate you, man. That's a living legend right here, DJ Slugo, man. We got a lot more work to do with him. Appreciate you. Take your flowers, man. Go off around the world and keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. We appreciate you, man. Right now, quick commercial. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in again. It's Custom Chuck, D-Son, and League Extraordinary Chicagoans. Legendary guest today, DJ Slugo, man. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. A lot of great things coming. I'm definitely finna be on his ass. I need one of them tracks soon. ASAP.
Yeah, we
D-Son want to play. I'm ready to rock. I'm finna be in Belgium with these dance tracks going crazy. You hear me? D-Son want to play. I'm out in Belgium with these dance tracks for the whole shop putting on. You feel me?
Check it out, though. A couple of weeks ago, y'all know we did the PS5 raffle. Y'all thought it was a game.
Oh, yeah. Y'all thought it was
a game. And somebody walked up out of here with a PS5.
Y'all seen Dre?
You know what I mean? Dre. For $20. Wait, I'm sorry. $10 and a haircut got on PS5.
Dre.
You know what I mean? Now we back this month, man, with another fresh giveaway, man. We got an LEC swag bag that we putting together.
We got a special swag bag.
Swag bag that's gonna have a lot of different black owned business apparels in there. Maybe a couple of tickets or something. You know what I mean?
We definitely put together a nice little swag bag. We're gonna have things that include some prices.
No, don't tell them nothing.
Okay? I'm just saying. All right, I ain't gonna tell you. See, I always want to be the nice guy. D-Son told me cool out. Listen, inside the bag,
they should believe us now. You saw a man get a PS5. Y'all should believe us now.
Listen, but you already know it's rules and regulations to this.
It's rules and regulations.
Now you just don't get nothing for free. You got to put your work in.
You got to do some work.
Simple steps. Step number 1: follow LEC_pod on Instagram. There's a post that says swag bag giveaway. Under that post, tag 2 friends. And then after you done do that, you got to follow me, Custom Chuck, D-Son, and plug that Rocket Kits and you good money.
And
you probably doing almost all that right now.
You doing all that right now. You just ain't tagged 2 friends.
Yeah, go to the swag post. There's a post right now on our page. LEC_pod says swag sweepstakes giveaway. Go under there, tag 2 friends, and go do whatever else it says on there, and you get money. It's gonna be some stuff in that bag that you want.
It's
gonna be some things. Listen, I'm mad about it. I can't get the bag. I want to hop in the bag and get the bag.
It's gonna be some heat.
Man,
it's gonna be some.
You might get a couple tickets. You might. I don't know.
I don't know.
You might get.
You know what I'm saying? Might get a DJ for a voucher. And
I don't know what you gonna get in that joint.
You know what
I'm just saying. It's very simple rules. Go right now. LEC_pod on Instagram. There's a post with the instructions right there. Like, subscribe to this page.
Share it.
Already do that. Share it as well. Tag your friends. Do what it says, and you'll get a nice little bag with a couple nice little tings in there.
You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, we want to shout out the sponsors. We want to shout out the beautiful Robin Owens once again from Full Blossom Florist.
Thank you, Robin.
Providing us with the flowers to always take care of the hood, man. Want to appreciate you. Shout out to Albert Ray. We got the LEC crowns coming real soon, y'all. LEC crowns coming available for purchase. They're gonna be available for purchase real soon. That's special. That's that drive day hat. You see that drive day cap. Now you ain't gonna get no year on that because you ain't like that yet. You know what I mean? You ain't in the draft yet. You know what I mean? That drive day cap coming soon amongst other things, man. You gonna get it. Hey, we got something coming, man. So y'all help us grow. And we gonna keep doing what we doing, man. Shout out Forgotten Kings and Queens, our guy Malcolm. Shout out Chef Grady. Shout out B-Jack. Shout out the whole 3 Much crew. Shout out 76 East T-Spate, Marty Mar, Toon, D-Son. Shout out Messiah. Just got to see Messiah this weekend. Hey man, little homie, Messiah, you see him, man. You see him. Shout out Messiah, man. Shout out to my son. Shout out to my son at daycare, probably terrorizing him right now. Going crazy, man. Shout out the whole crew. Shout out to DJ Firm. Shout out to everybody, man. We showing y'all much love and positivity this week. Stick and stay. Make sure y'all price go up this week, and above all else, stay away from the negativity and bullshit, man. Yeah, man. And always rock with us, man, because like we always say, man, LEC, where it's all love. It's all love, man. We see y'all next week, man. Yeah, for sure.